We all do Shema.
Correct. Oh, Raul, present thyself at the registry.
Raul ban yam yam ban yasharala.
Raul ban yam yam ban yasharala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua.
La Yashala.
La Yashala.
So it happens all
Rise and face the east. And the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abano. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh. Malakuvka. Gaba'ah. Watazak. I.S.U.P.K. Ratazak. Kawak. I.S.U.P.K. Thalanau. Lakam. Kau. Yawak. Wasalakino. Kawasno. Wasalakino. Kawasino. Wala'ah. Kobaya'ainu. One side one. Above. I will shine. Mayan. Right. Kayak. I'm a lakwa. I will love you.
And in the English, our
Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
And the prayer for the cup. Yahweh. Hashem Yahshua. Baba Kashar. The Thundernower. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Kal Makala. Kal Madawa. Hakak. Latahak. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. Lahakriam. Hamathiam. Hakak. Arukawaf. Atama Allah. Garishag. Hashem Yahshua.
Amen. And in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out. In the name of
Yahweh.
Thank you. So be it.
And the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Ta'azab Ya'ah. Alawap Ya'ah. Alawap Ya'ah. Asaranyim. Akwatazayanyim. Hakayayim. Wa Akwafiyim. Yahweh. Wa Hashem Yahshua.
Amen. And in the English, bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh and Michael. And the angels. Commanding General YAHANNA. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asher Ayanya. Al-Hahayim. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Aizari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa-Ratazah. Al-Yatan. Lama-Wat. Regalka. Al-Yana-Wat. Shemaka. Kanala-A. Yana-Wat. Wala-A. Yeshan. Sharamah. Yasha-Allah. Yahweh. Yahweh, Kazalka, Al-Yad, Yam-Yaka, Yawamam, Ashamak, I.S.U.P.K, Wayaruk, Malayala, Yahweh Yashamaka, Makar-Rai, Yashamak, off the Pascha, Yahweh, Yashamak, Kaza-Afka, Bawa-Aka,
Ma'aifa, and in the English, I will lift up my eyes. Unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Fakarash. Al-Fashakwat. Al-Yahanna. Al-Wabayaka. Yahamma-Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Aimakar. Ya'iramwa. Sawadah. Wayatah. Ya'itazawar. Al-Tazapawanyaka. Amawa. Nakawa. Al-Kakidim. Magaria. Wala-A-Yasakar. Sham Yasha'ala. I would die. Kaya. No Aitazawar. Labah. Yakadwa. Al-Yakar. Bariyaf. Yakarafwa. Al-Hayat. Al-Dawam. Wa Yashma'aliyam. Mawa'aba. Wa-Hagayim. Kabal. Wa-I'm-a-One. Wa-I'm-a-Lak. Kal-Shaf. I'm Yashabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawar. Ayman. Hayawar. Zarwai. Rabanyalawar. Salah. Aishalah. Kamadian. Kasiyah Sara'ah. Kayabyan. Banakar. Yashwan. That's a Madwa. Bayandara. Hayawa. The man. La'adamar. Shaitanwa. Adar Yabbawa. Kaira. Because it's a bar. Because of Bak. Because Zamanai. Kal-Nasai Kamwa. Ashar. Amawa. Lairashah. Lanawar. Na'awaf. Al-Hayim. Shaitanwa. Gabala. The Panya Rakar. Ka'ash. Sabari Ira. Wakalabah. Talahat. Haryam. Khan. Erdutma. Masa Iraka. Masawa Pafka. Babalaham. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Kwala-Wan. We are Bashwa. Shamkar. Yahweh. Bashwa. We are Balawa. Eye. We are Kapawa. We are Abadwa. We are Dawam. Kaya Athar. Shamkar. Yahweh. Labadka. Al-Yawan. Alcohol Aratazah.
And in the English, Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
And consulted against.
Thy hidden ones.
Thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come, and let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
May be no more in remembrance.
Maybe no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabor. And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sarah.
As to Sarah.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
The brook of Kison.
Which perished the Endor.
Which perished the Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Horeb.
Make their nobles like Horeb.
And like Zayah.
And like Zayah.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zalmanah.
And as Zalmanah.
Who said,
let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of the Most High.
The houses of the Most High.
In
possession.
All my power.
All my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame.
And as the flame.
Setteth the mountains on fire.
Set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
Whose
name alone.
Is
Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Of the Most High.
Of the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
The curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishments and destruction.
And punishments and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers,
the
princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the
Israelite brothers,
and
the schools, send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school, force their riches, to enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction, to the Edomites, and the nation, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Toxicomatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, that's a space program, army, navy, air force, marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, cable access channel, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake. The house of the thief. And the murderer. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel. Come down with the flying saucers. And punish all the heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Call it to be known by all. That is the angels that have done it. Call it to be spread. Through the media. Throughout the whole world. Call them to shake. At thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it. With that, we can have a seat. Well, so we're going to start at Leviticus 23:1.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 1. Wiyah Debar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, La'amar, Debar, Al, Banya, Yasharala, Wa'amarath, Alaham, Mawa'idiyah, Yahweh, Ashar, Thaqwa Ra'awa, Atham, Makwa Ra'aya, Quadash, Allah, Ham, Mawa'idiyah, Shashath, Yamayam, Tha'aisha, Mala'aka, Waba Yawam, Hashabya Aya, Shabbath, Shabbath one, Makwa Ra'a, Quadash, Kal, Mala'aka, La'a, Tha'aishawa, Shabbath, Hawa'a, La Yahweh, Bakal, Mawashabath, Yakam, Allah, Mawa'idiyah, Yahweh, Makwa Ra'aya, Quadash, Ashar, Thaqwa Ra'awa, Atham, Bama Wa'idam. Come on. Bakadash, Hara'a Shawan, Ba'a Rabbi, Ba'a Rabbi, Aisha, Lakadash, Bayan, Ha'ai Rabba Yam, Pasak. It's like you say again?
Passover. Pasak.
Come. La Yahweh, Wabakamash, it's like you. Waba Kamasha, Aisha, Yawam, Lakadash, Hazar, Kaga, Hamatazar, Wath, La Yahweh, Shaba'aitha, Yam, Matazar Wath, Kalawa, Bayawam, Tharashwan, Makwa, like this, Hara Ashwan, Makwa Ra'a, Quadash, Yahweh, it's like it, Yahaya, Lakam, Kal, Malakath, Ibadar, La'ar, Tha'ishawar. Leviticus 23 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord.
So now, I'll break it down to it. So this talking about the feast of the Lord, man. In the world, there's Valentine's Day, there's Easter. But listen, man, the Lord has holy days, man.
Right.
Meaning the days that are set apart from your regular day in the week. There's days that the Lord sets and goes, you're meant to remember these days. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got set apart days, man. Right. We got holy days that we are meant to observe. So the more we read on, we're going to find out what these days are, man. Read on.
Concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
So meaning these days among us, they're going to be holy convocations, meaning it's a set apart day and we convocate, meaning you don't do it in your house by yourself. You convocate, meaning you're around brothers, eating, drinking, except for this day here. Sure. You know what I mean? So you're going to be around us, but there won't be no eating and drinking, of course. But basically, it's days where, you know, you basically meet everyone, see what everyone's doing. It's not a holiday that you celebrate by yourself. Reader.
Even these are my feasts.
And the Lord's saying, even these are his feasts, meaning what? In the world, and even at this time when it was written down, many nations had pagan holidays. You mean this? Even some of the holidays that you see now, they've existed way back then. And you mean, of course, some have gone, some have remained. But the Lord's saying this, why? So that we don't celebrate what you call pagan holidays, man.
Right.
The Lord doesn't want us doing Valentine's Day, Easter, Kwanzaa, you know what I mean? Why? Those are pagan holidays. And the Lord's saying, even these are my feasts, meaning when you serve the Lord, these are the holy days that you observe, man. Read on.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
So now there's a weekly holy day, which is the Sabbath day. That's a weekly holy day, meaning that's your day off, meaning that day is set apart. Why? Because you rest on that day. You can work 6 days. You can be a bricklayer, goldsmith, blacksmith, whatever the case may be. But that day is holy. Why? Because you don't work on that day.
Right.
That's what sets it apart. Read on.
And holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein.
And there you should do no work therein. And if you look at that word work, it is a labor. So meaning it's a job, you know, because so many people in the world, of course, they don't know what work means.
Right.
You know, some people think work is taking out the bins. Some people think work is, you know, watching a boxing match, you know, or, you know, whatever the case. And that is not the case. Work is your occupation. Work is your job. Read on.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These are my feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
So now the first holy day is the Passover, which, you know, mean we've already had for this year. When the day is known, you know, we will let everyone know. Correct. But you know, but the first holy day of the year is the Passover, which you read about in the book of Exodus, where we left Egypt. Read on.
In the 14th day of the first, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread.
So now the day after is the feast of unleavened bread. So you mean, so basically these are the first 2 holy days of the year. Read on.
Unto the Lord 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Read on. That's it. Okay, then. So yeah. So in the beginning of the feast of unleavened bread, that would be a day of work. You know, like, of course, we live in an empire that doesn't follow the holy days of God. But if we did, all the shops would be shut. You wouldn't be at work because it would be considered a holiday.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right, then that's a few.
Ariella, present thyself at that registry.
I'm Madium.
Ariella,
Ban Yahoda, Ban Yasharala.
Ariella, Ban Yahoda, Ban Yasharala.
Barak.
No, you need to do your I'm not doing Shabbat.
I'm Madium.
No, you don't say it, you do it. You do it. There you go. And now you state your industry. You go and state your industry.
Ariella, Ban Yahoda, Ban Yasharala.
Ariella, Ban Yahoda, Ban Yasharala.
Barak. Yehovah Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. So I'll continue from there. So from verse 8. Wahal Karabatham, Ashar, La Yahweh, Shabaith, Yamayam, Bayawam, Hashab Yaaya, Makwa Ra'ah, Quadash, Kal, Mala'akath, Ibada, La'ah, Sa'aishawa. So that was verse 8, so no. Verse 9. Wa Yadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, La'amah.
Let's see.
Verse 10 now. Dabar, Al, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa Amarath, Alaham, Kaya, Saba'awa, Al, Ha'ar Ratazar, Ashar, Anya, Nathan, Lakam, Wa Quatazar, Ra'atham, Ath, Quatazar, Yara, Waha Ba'atham, Ath, Aymar, Ra'ash Yath, Quatazar, Yarakam, Al, Hakahan, Al Hakahan unto the priest. All right. Wahana Yap, Ath, Ha'ima, Lapanya, Yahweh, La Ratazar, Nakam, Mar, Makarath, Hashabath, Yana Yap Noah, Ha Kahan. Verse 12. Wa'aish, Wa'aisha Yatham, Bayawam, Hana Yapakam, Ath, Ha'aimar, Kabash, Thamayam, Ban, Shan Yathwa, La'ayla, La Yahweh. Verse 13. Wa Manak Fawa, Shan Ya, Aishara Nayam, Salaf, Ba Lawala, Ba Shaman, Asha, La Yahweh, Rayak, Nayakakak, Nayakak, Wa Nasakar, Yayan, Rabah, Ya'if, Hayan. And the final verse 14. Wa Lakam, Wa Kolaya, Wa Karal, Wa Karamla, La'a, Fa'a, Lakawa, Kalawa, Itazam, Hayawam, Hazar, Har, Baya'akam, Af, Kora'aban, Alahayakam, Hakwath, Kakwath, Walam, La Dorath Yakum, Bakal, Ma Shabath Yakum. That's the final verse. So from verse 8 to verse 14.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 8. Well, ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy day.
So now, even at the end of the feast of unleavened bread, there's another holy convocation too, where everyone, they're in the same place, celebrating that same holy day. Reader.
Another one can't. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
Okay, so this part here is going into the holiday, which in the New Testament is called a Pentecost, but in the Old Testament is called the Feast of Weeks. So now, when we was to get in the land, the first fruits of all of the harvest we had, so whether it's wheat, barley, the corn, whatever the case may be, the best of that you offer to the priest of the Most High,
Right.
just to show the Most High thanks for what He's done for you. Because just because you have land doesn't mean you need crops. There's people that have lots of land and can't get anything, man.
Right.
Why? Because the Lord, He controls rain. So you give that to the priest, let them know, listen, I'm thankful for what the Lord has blessed me with. Reader.
Come. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheep and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
Yeah, so now along with the wheat or whatever a harvest you had, you offer a lamb, and again it's just showing the Lord thanks that listen, I appreciate what you've done for me. I got land, I've got lots of wheat, barley, corn, things on the vine. So those things are done just to show the Lord that you appreciate what He's done for you. Reader.
So look, you have one question.
A question as well.
Yeah, we have this question from Sister Aisha saying, Salaki, apart from food and drink, is there anything else we need to abstain from during Atonement?
No. So on this holy day, just don't eat, don't drink. That is the law in it. You know what I mean? Well, you're not meant to even work, but of course, like I said, we're in an empire that they don't serve God. So if you can't get the day off, then it's not your fault. But also work as well. If you are able to get that a day off, then definitely do that to you. But besides that, those are the laws on it. That's it. Okay. So if you're a reader.
Come. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the 4th part of an hin.
Yeah, so of course, that's what you would give to the Lord. And of course, the Lord doesn't eat your food and have your wine. It goes to the priest of the Lord. So you would give that to them for basically offering a sacrifice to show the Lord your thanks. Any more on that?
Lahard one.
That's on that, all right, no spirit.
Dongobar Bam Yam Banda Sha'ala.
Dongobar Ban Yam Banda Sha'ala.
Yahaba Hashem Yashabra Kafam.
Yahaba Hashem Yashabra Kafam. Verse 15.
Verse 15. All right, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wasap Rafam Lakam Mama Karaf Hashabaf Mayawam Haba Ya'akam Afar Aima Hafan Wapa Shabai Shabafwaf from a Yamaf Fahaya Naha, verse 16. Ida Mama Karaf Hashabaf Ya'if Fasa Parwa Kamashayam Yawam Wahakura Bafam Manaka Madashahar La Yahweh, verse 17. Mama was shab for Yakum, Faba Awa Lakum, Fana Wapa Shafayam Shanya Aisha Ranyam Salaf Fahaya Yanaha Kamataza Fa'ape Yanaha Baka Rayam La Yahweh, verse 19. Wahakurab from Ayla Halakam Shaba'if Kabashayam Famayam Banya Shanaha Lapa Ban Bakura Akad Wa'ayalam Shanayam Yahayan Ilaha La Yahawa Wamanat Fam Wanasakiyaham Ashar Rayak what Nayaka La Yahawa, verse 19. What I share Yafam Sha I Yara I Zayam Akad Lakatafa Washanya Kabashayam Banya Shanaha Lazabak Shalamyam Wahanna Hakahan Afam Ayla Lakama Habaka Warayam Fana Wapa Lapanya Yahawa Ayla Shanya Kabashayam Kwadash Yahayan La Yahawa Lakahan Wakwara Fam Ba'ai Tazam Hayawam Hazaha Makara'a Kwadash Yahawa Lakam Kala Mala Akaf Ibada La'a for Aisha Wa Kequath, Iwalam, Bakal, Mawashab for you come, Ladaraf you come, Wabakwa Tazara come, Afar, Quatazar Yara, Aratazar come La'a, Fakalaha, Pa'afar, Shadat, Bakwatazarak, Walaquat, Quatazar Yurak, La'a, Falaquat, La'ainaya, Walagara, for Izab, Afam, Anya Yahweh, Al-Hayukum, Wayadaba Yahweh, Al-Masha, La'ama. What verse was I reading to?
21.
To us, lucky I went to 23. So lucky. All right, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 15 in the English. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
There, and that's where in the New Testament you get the feast of the Pentecost. You know what I mean? So basically in Leviticus it's called Feast of Weeks, while in Acts 2 it's a feast of a Pentecost, which in Greek, what does the word epenta mean? Like 50. So basically it's 50 days. So here it's Feast of Weeks. In the New Testament it's the feast of a Pentecost, but it's the exact same thing, right? So you can read about that in the book of Acts, right? Read that.
Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord.
There you go. So again, like I've said it before, first fruits represents that you acknowledge that the Lord has blessed you with the crops that you got. And that's what the Feast of First Fruits is about. All right, reader.
And verse 18, and ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
There you go. So even the Feast of Weeks or the Feast of Pentecost, that's a rest day too, where meaning on that day you do no work. On that day, that would be a national holiday. If it was in a righteous empire, it'd be a day where no one works, shops are shut, etc. Anymore.
Just the 7 verses.
7 verses. Right. And also, yeah, if you want, because in the English, just read it.
And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field. When thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest.
Yeah, so now, because the Lord blessed you, he's saying don't even take a bit of it, meaning you leave some, and it's going to explain why. Read on.
Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger.
And there you go. So meaning we didn't just think about us. Even though the Lord, he's blessed you with lots of wheat, hay, and etc. Leave some for the poor. Don't take every little bit. Why? Because it's like in the UK now, everyone isn't rich. And with like job seekers allowance and certain benefits that they get, that comes from the people that are richer. And the richer help the poor. And likewise among us, we had it in place where the richer of us help the poor. So on your farming land or any land you had, you just didn't take everything. You always left some for the poor, so that those that don't have, they can have something, which was the point. Read on.
Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month In the first day of the month shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets.
Yeah, so we had the blowing of the trumpets last week, if I'm correct.
Cool.
I mean, time goes really fast for me, so very important. Yeah, so we had that last week. Read on.
And holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
And this is where we are right now. This is day of atonement. Now, you know what I mean? Of course, we say you gotta fast, you can't eat, and you can't drink. And you know what I mean? A lot of people get muddled up in this, like in the Catholic Church, when it says to afflict yourself, they actually hit themselves. They put a pin in their shoe. They believe afflicting your soul is actually like abuse, like you're hitting yourself. When afflicting your soul is not that. Afflicting your soul is you don't eat or you don't drink. Your body wants food and you don't let it have food. Your body wants to drink and you don't drink. That's afflicting your soul. So no one needs to hit himself in the face. You ain't gonna put a pin in your shoe, and you know what I mean, when you walk for the whole day, you're afflicting yourself. Listen, man, that is torture, man. That's not afflicting your soul, man.
Right.
And with people like that, they might like whips and chains and all kind of mad stuff. You know what I mean? They're not all the way there. Personally, go ahead, Ari.
And relations with your rib.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Of course, though, if you do have relations,
if you're afflicting, like you select the other one.
Okay, so no, okay, in the Bible, to afflict your soul, you're talking about eating and drinking,
And nothing more.
and nothing more. Now, of course, if someone did lay with a rib, you couldn't come here, but you know what I mean. The Bible lets you know what afflicting your soul is, which I'll get that for you next. But we'll read this verse, then we get the breakdown of afflicting your soul.
On the Day of Atonement, at the sunset, you can have sex.
Absolutely, yeah. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I mean, personally, you know, if you're not having a drink and you have sex, you're going to be exhausted, in my opinion, personally. But, you know what I mean? I wouldn't, but, you know what I mean? Because if you can't drink, then you finish. But, you know what I mean? Again, there's no law against it. You know what I mean? All right, read on in that verse.
Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
All right, so you afflict your soul. Now, how do you do that? Let's get Isaiah 58:3 just to show what afflicting your soul is.
The book of Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not?
All right, so there was a time where we had a fast and the Lord didn't acknowledge it. So they're saying, we fasted and thou seest not. Who is the thou? The Lord, meaning we had a fast and the Lord didn't acknowledge the fast that we had. Read on.
Wherefore have we afflicted our soul?
They did what?
Afflicted our soul.
What is the fast?
Afflicted our soul,
Read on.
and thou takest no knowledge.
There, and to fast is afflicting your soul. And they had a fast, but the Lord didn't accept it. And of course, when you read on more in Isaiah, it explains why the Lord did not accept their fast. But the point being is, when you fast, that's how you afflict your soul.
Right.
So the Day of Atonement is no eating and no drinking for that day. That's what makes the Day of Atonement.
It's at 50 and 3.
It's like saying 58 and 3. So you want to read this one more time, just to...
Wherefore have ye fasted? Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge?
And there, and so to fast is afflicting your soul. It's saying it right here. So like we fasted, the Lord, He didn't take any knowledge. We afflicted our soul, meaning fasting is afflicting your soul. So in Leviticus, afflict your soul. It's a fast, meaning you don't eat and you don't drink. You know what I mean? So it's nothing more. Don't be hitting yourself and doing anything extra. To afflict your soul is simply do not eat, do not drink. Right? Let's get back to Leviticus 23.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Yeah, so basically, you don't work on this day, and it's an atonement for you, meaning all the ignorant sins that you did. There was an atonement for it, meaning you was forgiven for what you did for that year. But of course, as time went on, we abused it until the Lord didn't accept any more sacrifices anymore. You mean, so what people do is they will sin all year round and go, Day of Atonement. And of course, you can't mess with the Lord. You can't play games with the Lord. And then the Lord just stopped accepting all these sacrifices that we gave anyway. But again, we can break that down in another class, right? Reader.
For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
Yeah, so whatsoever soul, meaning there's someone, they don't want to celebrate the Day of Atonement. They want to eat and drink, man. They got the oxtail and the leg of lamb, in the house. And the Lord's saying, if you do that, you are a cut off. That's meaning right. You had to leave the land. You had to wander and find somewhere else for you to live. And it's not like now where there's so many houses, so many roads. You had one town, sand, a desert, another town, sand, desert, a village, sand, desert, and you had to wander and just find somewhere else to live, but you couldn't live with us for not following the Day of Atonement. Reader. And
whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
And if you work on that day, you die, man. You eat, you got to leave the land. You're found working, you die. So meaning the Lord did take this as a big thing. Reader.
Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
And that's key, man. In all your dwellings, meaning it doesn't matter where you are, man. You don't have to be in the land to keep the holy days.
Right.
You got, fake Israelite groups where you're not in the land. It's said in all your dwellings, and we dwell here.
Right.
So that means keep these holy days.
That's right.
Reader.
It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
And that's what we did. When it's the evening time, that's when this class began. Just like what the Bible says. In the white man's world, with another day, it starts based on a time when in the Bible, a day doesn't start like that. A day starts when it's dark. That's so it's right. Darkness to light. That's a day. Because if you don't have a clock, how would you know when another day is? But if you can see it's evidently dark, that lets you know it's the end of another day and the beginning of another day too.
That's right.
Reader.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days shall ye offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
All right, so this is the Feast of Tabernacles, and we got the calendar, so we'll let you know when that is.
This Sunday.
It's October the 9th.
This Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday.
So one is this Sunday, and then the closing for that feast is the following Monday. So it'll be Sunday, and then the following Monday. So this one has an opening and a closing, so that's the dates for them. I believe the closing would be
17.
It's the 17th, right? All right, so it's Monday. So it's the first one is the opening is October 9th, which should be Sunday, and the closing should be October 17th, which is Monday. And then the feast to follow after that is way in December, Hanukkah. So Hanukkah, right? The next one. All right, so you got October 9th, Sunday, then the following Monday. So we got two back to the last 3 or 4 come back to back. So that's the dates for them.
So that's what it's talking about, which should be the Feast of Tabernacles. Read us.
Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
There. So now the Lord, he breaks down every holy day and every offering you're meant to give. So saying, listen, I broke it down, man, the meat offering, the drink offering. So for every day, you know what I mean, there's a certain thing that you gave. So the Lord's saying, listen, you have my holy days and you got the offerings that I want with those holy days too, which is the point. Read on.
Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your freewill offerings, which ye give unto the Lord, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord. 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of fig trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations.
All right, so this is the Feast of Tabernacles right here. Now, so, I mean, I get this every year. In the UPK, why aren't you like in booths, man? Why aren't you in tents? And in the book of in Nehemiah, it breaks down, from we got in the land, we never stayed in a booth, meaning while we was in the wilderness, we was in booths. But once we got in the land, now we have the land. So now they never stayed in a booth ever. I mean, from that time, they got in the land. So that's why we don't stay in booths, meaning it was for that time you were to stay in a booth. Then also in Leviticus, in the book of Deuteronomy, there's an account of the same thing and it's worded different, but it says to remember the Feast of Booths. And it's Moses saying that before we got in the land, which lets you know that with the booth part, that was in the wilderness. But once we got in the land, they never stayed in booths anymore after that, man. You know what I mean? In the UPK, if you don't see us in tents, they're the reason why, man. We're not doing it because we don't know the Bible. We're actually doing it because we know the Bible.
That's right.
that is the difference right there. You know what I mean? Read up.
Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelite born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
All right, and that's there. Ain't no sweating. All right, then with that, I'm Madia. No sweat. All right. Right.
All right, rise and face the east. And the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadat, Ayah, Shamkat, Yahau, Malakofka, Laba'ah, Ratazak, Ayah, Aishah, Ratazak, War, Ayah, Washamayim, Thundernow, Nakam, Yawam, Wasalakina, Wasna, Wasalakina, Waskina, Wala'ah, Sabiya Idol, one side one. I was shining my young, right, the cup, I'm a luck, I will love you,
Amen. In English, our Father,
who
art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Will be done.
Thy will be done.
Earth,
In the
as
earth,
it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
And forgive us our
As we
debts.
forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
So be it. And the prayer for the Hakak, which is the power. Yahweh. Ba Hashem Yahushua, Baba Kashar, the Thundernow, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kal Makala, Kal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hama to the right, Hakak, Lahakriya, Mastir, Hakak, Arakawa, Atonement, Lagari Shun, Ba Hashem Yahushua, Water, English, Power.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits. Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. And the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Batah Zaba Ya'ah.
Zaba Ya'ah.
Ala Wapi Hala.
Ala Wapi Hala.
Ala Wapi.
Ala Wapi.
Ala Saranyim.
Ala Saranyim.
Hakot Zayanyim.
Hakot Zayanyim.
Hakot Yayayim.
Hakot Yayayim.
Wa Akwafim.
Wa Akwafim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Water.
Oh, man.
All right, the blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yahweh.
Commanding General Yahweh.
Generals.
The generals.
Captains. Officers.
Officers.
Troopers. And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. And Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asher Ayanya.
Asher Ayanya.
Al-Hahaya.
Al-Hahaya.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa-Ratazah.
Wa-Ratazah.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Lama-Wat.
Lama-Wat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Anala-A.
Anala-A.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala-A.
Wala-A.
Yeshun.
Yeshun.
Shemama.
Shemama.
Rasha-Al. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yat.
Al-Yat.
Yam-Yanka.
Yam-Yanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemak.
Hashemak.
The-Ayakaika.
Ayakaika.
Waya-Rak.
Waya-Rak.
Walaya-La.
Walaya-La.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemaka.
Yashemaka.
Makal-Rak.
Makal-Rak.
Yashemaka.
Yashemaka.
After Pascha.
After Pascha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemaka. The-Afka.
Yashemaka. The-Afka.
Ubawa-Aka.
Ubawa-Aka.
The-Aifa.
The-Aifa.
I-Will-Love.
I-Will-Love. Amen.
All right, Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the
From
hills.
whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
Coming from Yahweh.
My help cometh from
Who made
Yahweh,
heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He will
earth.
not suffer thy foot.
He will not suffer thy foot
to be moved. He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber.
shall neither slumber.
No sleep.
No sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade.
Yahweh is thy
Upon
shade
thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
From all evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord, Yahweh shall preserve thy going up.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
And
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth.
This time forth.
Even forevermore.
Even forevermore. So be it. So Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hahaya.
Al-Hahaya.
Al-Damayalakar.
Al-Damayalakar.
Al-Fakarash.
Al-Fakarash.
Al-Fashakwat.
Al-Fashakwat.
Al.
Yahanna.
Yahanna. Wabba-Yakar.
Wabba-Yakar.
Yahama-Yawan.
Yahama-Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimakar.
Al-Aimakar.
Ya'ayramwa.
Ya'ayramwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wiyatah.
Ya'atah.
Ya'aytazawah.
Ya'aytazawah.
Al-Tazapu-Wanyakar.
Al-Tazapu-Wanyakar.
Marwa.
Amawa.
The Kawa.
The Kawa.
Wal-Kakida.
Wal-Kakida.
Magalia.
Galia.
Wala-Ayasakar.
Wala-Ayasakar.
Shom Yasha'al.
Shom Yasha'al.
Iwadah.
Iwadah.
Kiyah.
Kiyah.
Noah-Aytazawah.
Noah-Aytazawah.
Labar.
Labar.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al-Yakar.
Al-Yakar.
Bariyaf.
Bariyaf.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa.
Al-Hayah.
Al-Hayah.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa-Yashma Aliyah.
Wa-Yashma Aliyah.
Mawa-Abba.
Mawa-Abba.
Wa-Hagayah.
Wa-Hagayah.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa-Aimawan.
Wa-Aimawan.
Wa-Aimalak.
Wa-Aimalak.
Parashak.
Parashak.
I'm-Yashabiyah.
Ayah-Shabiyah.
Tazawah.
Tazawah.
Gum-Ashawah.
Gum-Ashawah.
Nalawah.
Nalawah.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawah.
Hayawah.
Zarwak.
Zarwak.
Labanyalawah.
Labanyalawah.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalah.
Aishalah.
Kamadia.
Kamadia.
Kasayah Sara'ah.
Asiyah Surah.
Kayabiyah.
Kayabiyah.
Balakar.
Balakar.
Yashwan.
Yashwan.
Yashamadwa.
Yashamadwa.
Ba'ayan Dara.
Ba'ayan.
Hayawah.
Hayawah.
The man.
The man.
The other man.
The other man.
Shaitanwa.
Shaitanwa.
Bayan Dara.
Bayan Dara.
Hayawah.
Hayawah.
The man.
The man.
The other man.
The other man.
Shaitanwa.
Shaitanwa.
Da Yabmawa.
Hidayah Mawah.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Because of Bak.
Because of Bak.
Because of Bak.
Because of Bak.
Because of Zalmanai.
Because of Zalmanai.
Kal Nasai Kamwa.
Kal Nasai Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Layer Rashar.
Layer Rashar.
Lanawah.
Lanawah.
Not a waf.
Not a waf.
Alahayah.
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 Shaitanwa. Gagallah.
Gagallah.
Kwash.
Kwash.
Panya Rakah.
Panya Rakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabaya Ira.
Tabaya Ira.
Wakalabar,
Wakalabar,
Falahat,
Falahat,
Harium,
Harium,
Khan,
Khan,
Third Dutma,
Third Dutma,
Wasa
Wasa
Iraka,
Iraka,
Wabasawa Puffka,
Wabasawa Puffka,
Tabalaham,
Tabalaham,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Quala
Quala One,
Waya Bashwa,
Waya Bashwa,
Shamkar,
Shamkar,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Bashwa,
Bashwa,
Waya Balawa,
Yabalawa,
Ida
Ida,
Waya Kapawa,
Yakapawa,
Waya Badwa,
Yabadwa,
Waya the Iwa,
Yada Iwa,
Kaya Thar,
Yatha,
Shamkar,
Shamkar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
the Budka,
Badka,
Alya One,
Alya One,
Alcohol Ratiza,
Alkaha Ratza, Aman.
In the English, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh,
Hold not thy peace.
hold not thy
Be
peace,
not still.
and be not still,
Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
Lo,
for lo,
thine enemies,
thine enemies,
make it to mold.
make it to mold.
They that hate thee,
They that hate thee,
lift up the head.
lift up the head.
They have taken crafty
They
counsel
take counsel
against thy people.
against thy people,
Consulted against thy
consulted
enemies.
against thy hidden one.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being the nation,
from being the nation.
the name of Israel,
In the name of Israel,
maybe no more.
maybe no more.
Remember it.
Remember it.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
One consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Ammon,
and Ammon, and Amalek,
Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants,
the inhabitants
of
of Tyre,
Ashur,
Ashur,
also is joined with
also
them.
is joined with them.
They have opened the children of
They opened the children of Lot,
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto them,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
to Sisera,
as to Sarah,
to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
and the brook of Kishon,
and the brook of Kishon,
which purged the
which
Endor.
purged the Endor.
They became
They
stone for the
the
earth,
stone for the earth,
make their nobles,
make their nobles like a red,
like Zaire,
and like Zayah,
yea, all their princes,
all their princes, as the Baal, and the Talmud who said,
let us take
let us take
ourselves
ourselves
the houses of Yahweh,
the house of Yahweh
possession,
in possession.
all my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the storm before the wind,
as the storm before the wind,
as the fire burning for wood,
as the fire burns for
and
wood,
as the flame sets the mountain,
and as the flames set the mountain
on fire,
on fire.
so persecute
So
them
persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
make them afraid,
and make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy storm,
before their faces,
through their faces,
shame,
with shame,
that they may seek
that they may seek
thy name,
thy name,
O
O
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded
troubled,
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame
perish,
and
that
perish,
men may know,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone,
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most
art the Most High,
all the earth,
all the earth.
so be it.
So
So
be
be
it.
it.
Alright, blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
All things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
And evils.
And evils.
Curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
Destruction.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Speak against us.
That speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
Teachers.
The teachers.
Princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
And evils.
And evils.
Curses.
And curses.
Punishment.
And punishment.
Destruction.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Shake loose.
And shake
The
loose.
treasure.
The
Of
treasure
the rich of Israel.
of the rich of Israel.
That refuse.
that refuse
To give to the school.
to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
Enter.
To enter
Into thy sanctuary.
into thy sanctuary.
Send evils.
Send evils.
Curses.
And curses.
Punishment.
And punishment.
Destruction.
And destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
The nation.
And the nation.
And the drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
Court system.
The court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Hamlet synagogues.
Hamlet synagogues.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
The gay movement.
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 Lesbian movement. Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
That's a space program.
That's a space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy. Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Of any of thy people.
Of any of thy people.
Seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
This is destruction.
And bring us destruction.
To all the heathen.
To all the heathen.
Stand in the way.
And stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Or try to stop us.
Broadcasting your words.
Broadcast your words.
Planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose.
Let it loose.
All the plagues.
All the plagues.
Cause them to go.
Cause them to go.
To and fro.
To and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
Consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plagues.
Let the plagues
Shake the house.
shake the house
Of the thief.
of the thief
And the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let your house shine.
Let your house shine. Michael and
Gabriel
Gabriel
come down.
come down with the flying saucers
And show the heathen.
and punish all the
And
heathen
come up against
that
us.
come up against
As
us.
we speak thy
As we
words.
speak thy words.
Cause to be known.
Cause to be known by all
That is the angels.
that it is the angels
Done it.
that have done it.
Cause to be spread. spread.
Cause to be spread.
Through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
To shake.
Cause to shake. At thy coming.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
There you go, Ariella, you can call it. So we're going to first pass over to Priest and Officer Ariella.
No, not close. Just one. Courtesy salute.
Announcements.
Courtesy salute. No, courtesy salute.
Okay, salute.
Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.I.U.M, Shabbat, I.M.A.D.I.U.M, Barak,
Yehovah Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yehovah Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Sa, which means turn. One courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.I.U.M, I.M.A.D.I.U.M, Shabbat, I.M.A.D.I.U.M, Barak,
Yehovah Hashem Yahushua.
Yad Yom Tov, class dismissed.